Om Suklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chattoor Bhujam Prasan-na Vadanam Dhya-yay Sarva Vignopa Shantayay Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Mahar-nisham Anay-Kadantanam Bhaktanam Kadantam Mupasmahey Kadantam Mupasmahey. So that's a version of the Ganesh mantra, bringing the energy of Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to us. I did put the text in the description of the video in case you'd like to learn it and take a bite of that fantastic Ganesh energy for yourself. So once upon a time, when I knew next to nothing about the Vedic tradition of India, I acquired a Ganesh statue. Not this one, although he's fantastic. In a store in San Francisco that was kind of, I think maybe they were going out of business and they had massive reductions on, you know, like Buddha statues and kind of holy items and things that attracted me, even though I didn't really know that much about them at the time. And they had this beautiful Ganesh statue, like in kind of greenish metal, and I liked him. He looked very playful, and I knew something about he was the remover of obstacles. I had that idea. These were tough times for me. It was my early 30s, and I was kind of living hand to mouth, writing for Silicon Valley and getting different tech writing and computer game developing scripts and just random projects for marketing and creative writing and so on. And contracting, right? Which means when you finish a contract, then maybe you have another one lined up, maybe you don't. It was kind of tough. And at the time, actually, I was down to, I think, like my last $40. I really didn't have any money left. And I needed to go to Los Angeles. I was living in the San Francisco Bay Area. And, it's like a 400-mile drive, whatever. Okay. To go to a trade show, to meet new people, to hopefully drum up some business. And I thought, my gosh, if I don't come back with something, I'm going to be in trouble. So I took the leap of faith as usual and launched myself on this trip. Right before I went, I looked at that statue of Ganesha on one of my shelves. And I thought, okay, well, you're supposed to remove obstacles, right? I really don't know anything about you. But for some reason, I lit a little incense in front of the statue and I asked for help. Which sounds crazy. Why would you ask a statue for help, right? It's ludicrous. It doesn't make any sense. But something propelled me to do that. Okay. And I really didn't think anything else of it. Just, I need help, man. Kind of try anything that works, right? It's like chicken soup. It can't hurt. Maybe it'll help. All right. So I was driving down to Los Angeles at breakneck speed. I'm a very fast driver, even to this day. And it's a straight shot on this Highway 5 that just goes out in the middle of nowhere. Mostly like big commercial farming fields and groves of almond trees. And there's not much to see. It's an endless horizon of flat for a good part of this highway. And I'm screaming down the freeway, and I had very, very loud house music bhajans. Bhajans are like sacred songs sung to deities, but these were done to a house music beat. Danceable, highly danceable. Don, 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 don. I had an ear-splitting volume, and I'm driving, 95, 100 miles an hour down the highway. Anyway, and all of a sudden, I start to see a little circle-y thing. It's nothing but sky in front of the windshield. It's like a flat horizon, some stuff on the sides, and just big sky. for miles and miles and miles. And I see this little swirling thing right near the rear view mirror, and it's colorful. It's like a pinwheel of color, kind of opalescent, like a bubble. And it's spinning, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, am I really seeing that? That's a little strange. And I'm thinking, is this a hallucination? Am I having some weird flashback, from drugs I did as a teenager? Holy cow, what is this? And it's kind of spinning, really catching my attention. It's not anything outside the car. It's right near the rear view mirror in my field of vision. And before I can even really get a handle on what is that, out of it emerges a laughing, iridescent elephant head, about the size of my head. And I'm driving, and this music is blaring, and there's literally a bubbly looking elephant head in front of me in my car. And before I can even react to that, this jolly, smiling elephant head thing jumps into me, literally comes into me. And I felt the ebullience, and I felt the invincible joy of this character. And I just started to laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. I think I laughed for about 5 minutes straight, actually. I could not stop laughing. The joy was so extreme. And the feeling of can do, like nothing can get in the way. Everything's going to be all right. It was really bizarre and overwhelming. And I didn't really know what to make of it. So I did what I usually did with mystical things at that time. I just kind of compartmentalized it and went on. So I went to the trade show. I did, in fact, pick up some contracts. And then the kicker was I was hanging out with a friend who was a CEO of a Silicon Valley company. And he said to me, this was toward the end of the year, yeah. He said, Alex, once a year, I write a check for $10,000, which was the maximum at that time you could receive as a gift in the US and not have to pay taxes on it. I do that once a year for somebody I think has extraordinary promise and potential to do something good in the world. And you're my person this year. And the man whipped out a checkbook and wrote me a check for $10,000. I was speechless. I barely had enough money to put gas in my car to come back from Los Angeles to Northern California. And now I was holding a $10,000 check that had come out of the clear blue, had kind of come out of nowhere, just like my bubbly friend, the giddy guy in my car who jumped into me. And honestly, I was so shocked and stunned, and that actually allowed me to set up my healing practice. So I didn't have to only do contract writing anymore for Silicon Valley. I knew I had come to be a healer in this world. I knew that was the next step that was in front of me, but I honestly could not envision how it was going to happen until that moment. Dazed, I went back to the Bay Area and set up my healing practice. And honestly, it wasn't until maybe a year or even more that I put all of these disparate pieces together and realized, wait a minute, I made a little ceremony. I didn't even know what a puja was. I just put incense in front of Ganesha and asked for his help, heartfully, and then promptly forgot about it. And then he quite literally came to me in my car, in my kind of Hail Mary last-ditch drive to Los Angeles to try to find some work. And then I was handed a check for $10,000. So I would say, yes, obstacles in a very material, very visceral, practical way were entirely removed. And to this day, when I sing the Ganesh mantra, I relive that moment and re-experience Ganesha. So there's potential for everybody to receive that kind of blessing and that kind of obstacle removal from Ganesha. And that's why I'm so excited to share that we are doing a Ganesh Day celebration, his birthday, the birthday of this energy, this ebullient, joyful, rollicking elephant energy that removes obstacles, on August 26th and 27th in El Cajon, California, and also live streamed, of course, for everybody worldwide. And we really hope that you'll join us. It's a benefit for our organization, for UCBK, as we're plowing forward through the obstacles of getting a healing center together in rural Missouri. And a good time will be had by all, and let's remove the obstacles together. See you then.